Why is the U.S. suffering such an acute shortage of housing? The National Association of Realtors says the time it will take the inventory of housing stock to run out at the current rate of sale has fallen to just 3.1 months, more than 25% below the 2015 to 2019 average of 4.2 months. Kyle Vansice, Nate Peters and Rahul Attraya, the co-founders of Austin-based startup Cedar, believe one major contributory factor in the current crisis is the length of time it takes developers to secure permits to begin construction. It can take 2 or 3 times as long to reach this point than to actually build a new development, explains Vansice. Cedar, which is today announcing a $3 million seed fund round, has therefore focused its value proposition on one of the most time-consuming aspects of this initial stage of development. Having identified potential sites for construction, developers must navigate a plethora of regulations and real estate considerations to work out which of them they can build on, and what they can build. This can take 6 to 12 months. Cedar has developed software that provides answers to these questions in 72 hours. We put publicly available data into our own proprietary model in order to analyze each site, Vansice explains. Then we have a generative design platform that sits on top of this, running multiple scenarios to identify the best option for a given site. The service is primarily aimed at developers that are considering and exploring multiple potential construction projects. Cedar says it can very quickly identify which sites developers will be able to gain permits for, and what to build on these sites in order to generate the maximum financial return. We're helping them to solve a 3-dimensional puzzle, Vansice adds. Right now, Cedar is working with architects and developers on projects across Austin but has imminent plans to launch a similar service in Dallas. It has also identified Los Angeles, Seattle and Portland as ideal cities to launch in, though ultimately Cedar wants to be in every major city across the U.S. The company is particularly interested in helping developers target what it defines as the missing middle. Traditionally, the construction sector has either built single-family homes or luxury high-rise apartment buildings. Today, however, the preference in many U.S. cities is shifting towards developing livable and walkable neighborhoods, with larger, multi-family buildings in more central locations. Identifying the best sites for such projects, which will increase the population density of the area, is therefore crucial. In that sense, argues Peters, Cedar hopes to help shift the mindset on U.S. housing development. By connecting local zoning and land development regulations with a national standard for infill housing and urban density, Cedar is the first technology startup to offer a fresh vision for housing development and design for the future, he says.